All right, guys, it's Friday. We finally made it. Yes, sir. And we have an editorial for you that comes out of Texas. Now, this one I'm giving you, it's about a former Houston cop. And I just thought, it represents Houston PD so well because we've, seen things come out of the Houston Police Department that's been like, whoa, really? San Antonio too. I mean, Texas is just about as crazy as California, isn't it? But this one here, this former police captain, I don't know, was it a boo-boo or is he just crazy? You let me know. Let's go to it. Thank you, NBC News, for this story. A former Houston police captain was arrested and accused of pointing a gun at a repairman and running him off the road over false voter fraud allegations, authorities said Wednesday. The man, Mark Anthony Aguirre, 63, was charged Tuesday with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, according to the Harris County District Attorney's Office. Police said Aguirre told them after the incident in October that he was part of a civilian group called Liberty Center that was looking into allegations of voter fraud. According to the district attorney's office, Aguirre said he conducted surveillance on a man for 4 days in the belief that he had 750,000 fraudulent ballots in his truck. Authorities allege that he ran his SUV into the back of the man's truck and forced the man to the ground at gunpoint, which was captured on an officer's body camera. A Houston police officer saw Aguirre hit the truck while responding to an unrelated call nearby, according to a police statement Tuesday. The officer said he saw Aguirre point a gun at the man and called for backup as the truck was driven away. Authorities said another suspect, who has not been identified, drove the truck to a nearby parking lot where Aguirre led police. The man Aguirre is accused of targeting was actually an air conditioning technician, and his truck was found full of air conditioning parts and tools, of course, the district attorney's office said. Police said that Aguirre was indefinitely suspended from the department in 2003, and that a lengthy investigation into his claims found no substantial evidence of voter fraud. So here, this police captain was indefinitely suspended. That means pretty much fired in 2003. And then here in 2020, he's attacking some air conditioning guy who don't know what the hell's going on, because he's telling it's a voter fraud, dude. I've been stalking. I've been, what did they say he did for 4 days? Surveilling. I've been surveilling this guy for 4 days. No, you've been stalking him. Poor air conditioning guy. But, it's just, when I saw Houston PD, I was like, ding, got to do it. And I know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think about this. Hold on a minute. I want to look at something. Give me a second. We're back, guys. I found the suspension. I'm going to put the link to both stories in the description box below. But thank you to myplainview.com for the story that tells us why this police captain was suspended. Well, it ended up being an indefinite suspension, which is a termination in 2003 for this reason. A Houston police captain whose botched raid of drag racers last summer sparked a public uproar was fired. Police Captain Mark Aguirre, commander of the August 18th raid in a Houston Kmart parking lot, and a 23-year veteran of the police force, is already under indictment on 5 counts of official oppression in connection with the case. He met Tuesday with acting police chief Tim Ottmeyer, this is in 2003, who announced Aguirre's firing during Wednesday's Houston City Council meeting. Houston Police Sergeant Ken Wenzel, a 26-year veteran and one of 13 officers suspended with pay after the raid, resigned Tuesday, hours before he was to meet with Ottmeyer. Aguirre's lawyer, Terry Yates, had expected Aguirre to be terminated and has said his client would fight any departmental discipline. Sergeant Wenzel also was indicted in December on the same 5 charges. Aguirre said Wednesday, "I think what occurred is a grotesque charade." Captain Aguirre was in charge of the raid intending to curb drag racing, and Wenzel was a sergeant in his division. Police found no evidence of drag racing the night of the raid, but they arrested more than 270 people in the department store's parking lot and those of a nearby Sonic Drive-In and James Coney Island restaurants. Many of those arrested were restaurant customers, and they were charged with curfew violations and trespassing. All charges against those arrested in the raid were eventually dismissed. They are being expunged from their records at city expense, but several lawsuits have been filed against the city and the police department. So here this captain back in 2003 was charged with oppression. Big surprise there, right? After what we just read about the voter thing. And then also, look at this. There was no evidence of drag racing that night. No evidence of voter fraud. It was some poor air conditioning technician. Now here you have 17 years ago. Wow. He was fired because he thought they were drag racing. He goes, we're going to do a raid. We're going to get these drag racers. And there's no evidence of drag racing. And all charges were dismissed. This guy, you think this guy sees things in his head? You think you get little voices going, Aguirre, hey, Aguirre, hey, go get that guy. Ooh, get him. Arr, arr, arr. Little devils and stuff and spirits in his brain.
I think I'm going to be sick.
You don't want to do that.
Fellas, you know what? I think he's telling the truth.
Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Community Leo watching Leos, that's law enforcement officers, to include former cops that see things from coast to coast.